Brandeis grad, Michigan MBA, former management consultant, find his way into the real estate business.
What else is there?
What else is there?
I thought this is what everybody does. I have, you know, the path how you get into real estate is different for everyone.
Some people run Ponzi schemes. Not everybody does this.
Oh, I forgot. I think of those as government people. I never thought about that. What a concept. I had a corporate job once for 2 years after business school. And I had a friend who was buying and rehabbing real estate in Wicker Park and Bucktown and Westtown. And this is 1985. And he said, Yehuda, this is a lot of fun. Come do this. You can buy 3 flats for $70,000. You can buy them for 10% down, $7 grand. You know, we have $3,500 between us, and we have some guys. They'll come in with the other $3,500. And we started buying some buildings and learned the business through rehab. And we had some people that worked for us and did the rehab. And I bought a brokerage firm here in Lakeview almost 20 years ago, 1989, 1990, from a friend of mine, Nick Rogozinski. And it was an independent, that's right, it was an independent office at the time called Amquest. And we then became, shortly thereafter, Century 21 Amquest. And Lakeview has always been, you know, just a great home for me ever since. And, you know, I don't think I was ever meant for corporate. The guy who hired me out of business school was not really a corporate guy. And I think he wanted me for my entrepreneurial skills. But once I got going into real estate, it's what I've done ever since. It's been over 20 years.
How many transactions would you guess you've done in Lakeview if you just kind of pull a raw guess? Because I know I haven't prepped you on this.
Wow. Well, you know, there's pieces of land I sold, you know, which became, you know, multiples. We just count them as one. And in Lakeview, over 20 years, 150, 200, something like that. You know, you know, just ongoing relationships with developers in this area, people who want to raise their children in this area, friends of kids who wanted to come back here. The empty nesters, I know, typically don't come to Lakeview, but I had a great couple 5 years ago, empty nesters from Cincinnati, former kidney transplant surgeon who were coming here, wanted to do the urban experience, and they chose a wonderful loft at the Gartner Building at Wrightwood in Racine. And, you know, are one of a handful of empty nesters that I know who specifically, you know, wanted to come into Lakeview or Lincoln Park. A lot of them do want to go downtown, but these people specifically, they didn't want to be downtown. This is the greater area that resonated for them.
The big change I've seen in Lakeview over the last 20 years is the number of families with children here. That didn't used to be at all.
I was sitting in the single-family home on the 1100 block of Wellington this week where one of my friends lives in a home that they totally rehabbed about 6-7 years ago. They raised their kids there. They're city people. He's a corporate attorney. A lot of their friends live in the suburbs. But like myself, you know, we've chosen life in the city. You know, I'm fine playing tennis up in the suburbs, but in terms of living, we're city people, and we raise our kids here. And my son has a bus pass, and he comes visits me by taking the bus, and you know, I send him home since the age of 10. You know, take the bus home, and it's kind of how I grew up. I will admit, they used to let me go on the subway. I think I was just 8 or 9 from Rogers Park to downtown. Okay, I think I waited until my son was 10 and a half or 11. But I think those of us that enjoy family life and city life in the city, I think the other thing that's happened on the construction side for people in the city is the developers, you know, have many, many duplex downs, in which were really targeted on the family community. And these were the ideal units when you said, who's appropriate to have this 3-4 bedroom unit? It's not too hard to get a stroller into it. You're really not going to choose the penthouse if you have baby in one hand and groceries in the other. But I think those became a price point that was in some cases much more affordable for new construction that allowed families to target this area who wanted new, and when a brand new single family home might have been out of their price range.